Now this is what I call, fellas, sipping paint. Hey, yo, Rain, it's on you, my guy. Hit him. Hey, yo, what's good, my peoples? It's your boy BK, Soul Obsession Custom Footwear, and today is my official second video for my YouTube channel, Soul Obsessed. And today, we're going to get into how to prep your shoes and start painting your shoes. Just a little bit, because like I said, you know me, I always got some work. I got some work to do, but you know, I'm just here to, you know, give you little tricks of the trade, little tools if you definitely want to get in this game. Very profitable, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Prepping your shoes. Okay, when I first get my shoe, first I'll check out the shoe, make sure it's good to go. Just make sure there ain't no defects, any foreseen obstacles I might come into with the shoe. All your shoes, prepping them. You want to first use some acetone, whether it be acetone nail polish or acetone, regular acetone strip clean type. I just caught me a big jug because I'm running low on my little one, so I want to cop me a big one. The acetone, the purpose for the acetone is to strip the factory finish on your shoes. Yes, it has a factory finish on your shoes. All your shoes that you purchase that's leather has a factory finish. And what the acetone do is it breaks down that finish, and you'll tell when it's broken down is when your cotton ball or whatever you're using starts to turn white, or you see white flakes start to form, and then you know you took it off the factory paint. It's not messing up the leather itself, but it's just taking off the factory finish. What I also like to use for prepping methods, depending on what I'm doing, sandpaper. Usually I use like 600 grit or higher, just so I know that my paint will stick to the shoe. Okay. Tapes. There's all type of tapes you can use, but my preference is for, you know, putting tape on it so I won't get paint on the places that I don't want to get paint on. Excuse me. Like for instance, this Air Jordan 1s chunky dunk thing that I'm doing, that I'm still working on. As you can see, it's still in progress. The tape, like I said, the tape I use, painter's tape or regular paper tape. Frog tape is really good, keeps your lines crisp. Painter's tape, like I said, frog tape, I think I got some here lying around somewhere. Yeah, right here. Frog tape comes in green. I think it comes in yellow, but I'm not too sure. Let's go with that. Next is duct tape. This I use when I'm like doing my hydro dips, because it got a real good stick to the shoe, and it waterproofs the places that you don't want to get paint on. As you can see, when I did that hydro dip for the contest winner. And then number 3 The best one to use for painting, just painting, not hydro dipping. The painting is vinyl tape. Vinyl tape. Like I said, this is my chunky dump shoe that I'm doing. Very good paint tape you use. Well, not paint tape, but vinyl tape. Not your electrical tape. Electrical tape can work, but as far as it's sticking, it's not as good as vinyl tape. Vinyl tape is the best, and that's what I use for my decals or my things when I'm painting. This is vinyl paper, but it's the same thing as vinyl tape. Sticks really well. Heat it up a little bit, put some heat to it, and it'll really seal the deal. Also, other tools I like to use is what I call my tucking tools. And what I mean is, this is a Cricut spatula to scrape leftovers when you're doing your cutting off your board. This is what I use, but I also use it as to tuck, the tape in between the stitching of my Air Forces or Jordans or whatever I'm working on, and get them crisp lines and not get paint on the stuff that I'm not painting. I usually take the paper tape and just stick it on there and just tuck it just a tad bit right there, or like right up in here. Get the paint going right up in there. Get the tape going up in there. That's the reason why I don't get paint on the stuff that I want to get painted. And also, it keeps your lines crisp, so you can get the most paint where it needs to go. Because if not, you'll have that little separation line, and you'll see what I'm talking about on one of my other shoes, which I don't have out here, but it's all good. Painting your shoes. There's different methods people use to paint shoes. Me, I hand paint and I also airbrush. There's all different methods. If you don't have the proper prep work, you're doing it for nothing. Let me tell you, you're strictly doing it for nothing. I went over, like last episode, I went over the paints that I like to use personally. You can use any paint you want, but I like the good stuff. I gotta have the good stuff because, man, it's a big difference. All the shoes all the paints that I use are like semi-high gloss. You can always use an Angelus duller to dull it down if you want that matte look, and then on top of that, use a matte finish to make it even more matte. This right here is semi-matte, semi-gloss, but I didn't want to put too much duller because I wanted to have that little sheen to it. And painting your shoes, definitely if you're a rookie, start off with an old pair, mask off your stuff that you don't want to get paint on, and if you're more intermediate, master level, you won't need no masking tape because you got a steady hand. Me, it depends on what I'm doing. If I really want to come out like it's like the real deal, or just I want a real good custom, I'll definitely use tape. It's your preference. For me, I float either way, especially when I'm doing airbrushing. When I airbrush, I definitely using tape, especially on my soles and the midsoles and certain little panels like this one. I'm doing cow print on the tongue, and then also I'm gonna do the tie dye on the inside, and also on the insole, or whatever you call that, on the inside. So definitely, tape is a big must if you're new in the game and you want your stuff looking crisp like this. This is crispy right here. This is fresh to death. I can't wait for the summertime to come. I'm gonna be killing them with these. But like I said, I got an alternate version of these that I'm drawing up right now. It's looking kind of good, but I'm not gonna reveal it until summertime actually hits. It's gonna be crazy. Other tools, I went over paintbrushes, painting your shoe. When you're painting your shoe, you want to go in one direction. Don't use a lot of paint. Try to do it in layers, small layers, like, you know, build the paint up, basically is what I'm saying. Like, for instance, like on my chunky belt right here, I'm using 2 different color yellows. Now, the reason why I'm using 2 different color yellows is because I want to build up that color. I start off like for this yellow right here on my swoosh. I started out with a regular yellow, and then I went to my special collector's edition Thunder Yellow, and I'll put like 2 light coats of the regular yellow, and then I build up with the Thunder Yellow, and that's what you come up with right there. You see what I mean about that semi-gloss sheen right there? Yeah. I still gotta add some more yellow to it because you can still see a little bit green poking out. And to paint on top of other paints, the best thing to use is white paint, especially opaque or flat white like Angelus has. Just paint it in white, get that solid color, and then you put your color that you want on top of it, and it'll come out looking like this. You won't see too much. I only put like 2 or 3 coats of that yellow on the drip on there, so it's still peeking through. I probably got one or 2 more rounds, and it'd be solid yellow. Also with painting, I know these the SBs, because these are not SBs. These are official Jordan 1s, as you can see right there, Jordan 1s. When painting your soles, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna paint my soles. Or it's definitely, you can, you know, if you want your soles painted and you want the authentic look, cool, I'll do it, no problem. But later down the road, when you start rocking these, the paint is gonna be liable to chip or just fall off because the wear and tear of the sole. The sole is usually not meant to be painted. You can dye it too, but it's not gonna be right. It's not gonna be the effect that you really want. Dyeing your soles is usually for like your clear soles, your gum soles, like on Reeboks or like foam posits, which I do have up here, but they out drying right now. I did dye those. That's coming. That shoe's dropping real soon. Crazy. And I'm trying to think of some other techniques as far as painting and other tips. Y'all can also, if y'all got tips that I can learn from, hey, I'm open to it. Any questions, I'm open to it. Just hit me up. Solo Obsession 2020 on Facebook, Instagram, Solo Obsessed on YouTube. Other than that, people, that's all I really have for you right now. Like I said, little tips and tricks, you know. Hopefully I can do a live painting or a live session class, even, you know, just recording live content, see me how I do my thing. Like I said, it's a process. This thing is a process, and it's not going to come overnight. It comes with a lot of practice, So with saying all that, you know, that's all I got. I got to jump into these kicks. I got 3 or 4 kicks. Also, rewind back real quick. When you really tape up your shoes, you know, with the tucking tool, like I was saying, you know, it gets right up in there. All this is tucked. All this is tucked right here. This is what I'm working on today. Nice little surprise, you know what I'm saying? Nice little surprise. I give you a little something. I did that by hand, you know, painting. And what I use, I ain't use a paintbrush. Like I said, I got tricks of the trade, man. Holla at your boy. Toothpick. This got plenty of uses. But like I said, it's coming down the road. But that's my time. I appreciate everybody that's showing love, sharing my content, my pics, my videos. Shout out to my boy. I'm glad you love your shoes, man. It was a pleasure. Willing to do it again. You know, get at me. You know how it goes, man. Other than that, yo, I'm out. Peace, love, and 100. I'm gone.